is being invaded by a bear. He's not too far from here. We're all on alert. We're on alert. Have I messed with nature? Yeah, you could say that, but I believe that nature's already screwed with. It's already screwed with.
Grizzly Man is a 2005 critically acclaimed documentary directed by Werner Herzog. It follows the life and career of Timothy Treadwell, an American self-taught bear enthusiast who for 13 summers spent his time at Katmai National Park in Alaska, where he documented the lives of wild bears in their natural habitat.
Here I'm with Tabitha, Winter Storm, and Cracker the bear. Well, these are some of my favorite days out here in the wilderness when I can just relax and enjoy my friends.
One of the themes in Herzog's documentary is the fact that in nature there are boundaries, and one man kept repeatedly crossing those boundaries until he ultimately paid with his own life.
Hi, how are you? How are you? How are you? But if not, be warned. I will die for these animals. I will die for these animals. I will die for these animals.
During his most unusual, illustrious career as the world's most daring and courageous bear whisperer, he captured some of the most breathtaking, beautiful photographs and video footage of wild bears that would be the envy of the world's most celebrated photojournalists and documentarians.
Hi, Cracker. The bear right next to me is Cracker, and she's enjoying a fish right now. I love you, Cracker. I do love you. She's my friend. She's a good friend.
Astonishingly, against common wisdom and against the park's explicit rules, Timothy encroached inside the bear's physical boundaries of comfort. By doing so, he not only endangered his own life, but the lives of anyone who visited Katmai National Park during those years. For they now have to deal with bears who have been acclimated to human company at such close quarters. There are videos of Timothy bathing with bears, kissing a bear on the nose, and even petting a bear on the head as though it were a golden retriever.
You're doing very well. Yes, you are doing very well. It's a cute bear. That's a beautiful bear. She's doing really well, and we're a good team together. Hi. Ding.
It always struck me that Timothy was a man of contrasts. Beneath his chirpy, childlike voice and Peter Pan demeanor, there seemed to be an intense existential angst brewing. There's a very deep-seated sense of loneliness and isolation in the way he carries himself and in the way he speaks. A pain that he could not communicate to any human being, and he turned to communicating to wild animals in the way that a child would communicate with his favorite toys.
Here's this old bear, perhaps in the last year of his life. I've known him for about 10 years, and he's come over to take a rest near me, to take a nap. And he trusts me like that. And Kiwi, it's beautiful. You're like an old grandfather, and we're old friends, and we love each other, and he's my friend. And I love him.
There are so many analyses and psychoanalyses of Timothy's character, his personality, and his lifestyle choices.
Treadwell doesn't fit into civilization, but of course he doesn't fit into the wilderness environment of the bears. There's a lot to psychoanalyze about Treadwell, and I think a lot of viewers will mistakenly assume that he's just plain crazy.
Treadwell was obviously a polarizing figure. He was in equal parts brave as he was reckless. He was bewilderingly foolish as he was courageous.
Hi. If I turn around too much, she'll bite me. It's okay. Hi, how are you? Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Back off. Don't do it. It's okay. I love you. 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 I'm sorry.
What drove such a man to take such risks with his own life? Clearly, there was trouble beneath the surface. Timothy has been lambasted by the media. He has been called all kinds of derogatory names and unflattering commentary directed at him. And most commentary online really is some kind of frivolous mockery of him.
Treadwell lasted as long in the game as he did was that the Bears probably thought there was something wrong with him, mentally retarded or something.
How did you're saying the Bears took pity on him? Laughing?
That bear,
openly laughing.
That day decided that he had either had enough.
I've had enough of this retarded man.
He was called retarded, a narcissist, and at its most charitable, a man who has lost all touch with reality.
He's angry that there's no rain.
Christ man or Allah or Hindu floaty thing. Let's have some fucking water for these animals!
As many others have noted, his tale is a cautionary one, like a canary in the coal mine, a Shakespearean tragedy from which we all can learn about our own vulnerabilities and our inner demons. While it is true that he had mental health struggles and his delusions are obvious, it seems deeply unkind and unfair to kick a man in his grave when he is unable to defend his own name. In this video, I will be offering something different from the vast majority of commentary available about Timothy Treadwell. I will be doing a defense of his character and going into a deep dive analysis of his personality to discover why he made the choices he made and why he lived the way he lived. One wonders, why is it that people cannot forget about Timothy more than 2 decades after his death? Timothy somehow remains in our memory. Here we are, more than 20 years after the death of Timothy Treadwell. We're still talking about him. A highly successful documentary was made about his career, and people cannot stop talking about the legacy of Timothy Treadwell.
How you doing? Don't be a big wiener. Put those eyes back in your head.
Why does he captivate our imagination? Could it be that he reminds us of ourselves in a way that makes us feel uneasy, uncomfortable, and perhaps unwilling to look at the mirror?
Cracker is especially one of the most prolific bears here. Now, the female bears can grow from about 400 to 700 pounds. I think Cracker's pushing the 700-pound envelope. If we were able to put her on a scale, boom, probably the butt alone would weigh 700 pounds. But there it is now. There's the keister.
Timothy's life story teaches us to walk that fine line and to recognize when self-confidence crosses the boundary into delusion, and when self-defense mechanisms cross the boundary into a pathway of guaranteed self-destruction.